Max.
Hi, Max. All right, y'all. This is not a drill. We are going to look at a fifth wheel that we really think might work for us.
Yes, the floor plan is perfect. The inside condition looks great. It looks like it's been hardly used at all.
From what we can tell in the pictures, there is some damage to the passenger side fender where it looks like they probably had a blowout. It looks pretty straightened up and stuff, but we'll have to look at the integrity of that because we can always get new fender skirts and make some repairs if it's not totally trashed.
We're excited and nervous.
In the toy hauler area, we're hoping it's a really good size. It looks kind of big from the pictures, and there's an entry door and a window back there, which is pretty cool. Let's hit the road, head down towards Charleston, South Carolina, and check this thing out. So quick stop for some breakfast at McDonald's and another attempt at getting a Shamrock Shake. How's that going for you, Autumn?
Not too good.
I literally think we tried to get Shamrock Shakes all the way up and down going to Michigan, down in Florida, and like 3 or 4 in South Carolina. And guess what they said? I'll bet you could put it in the comments down below what they said. Shake machine is broken right now. Shake machine is down right now. I'm thinking about going into mobile McDonald's shake machine repair business. I think I could stay busy. All over the country, apparently. Anyhow, we're going to grab a little breakfast real quick and head on down to look at this RV. We're about 45 minutes away right now. We wanted to talk a little bit about the things that we're going to be looking for. Kimberly and I were sitting here saying, okay, what are you looking for? What are we looking for? To make sure that the rig is okay.
So Autumn and I will be inside the camper looking at all the seams around the edges of the camper, look for mold, look in the corners for any moldy spots, and that there's not any soft spots in the floor.
Right. Yeah, we probably want to kind of walk all over the floor. The slide out we want to check. We want to make sure the slides work. And obviously the slides need to be out when we're looking at it. And we need to see them go out and in. Okay. And then I'm going to be looking at, obviously with our recent experience, I'm going to be looking at the frame. I'm going to be looking at the suspension. How stout is the suspension? I'm going to be looking at the tires, try to make sure it's got good tires on it.
The tanks.
The tanks, yeah, best we can tell with that. We had a question about that the other day. How can you tell about the tanks? And honestly, the best thing you can do is ask them and hope that they're honest. Unless you're able to fill them up and empty them right there on the spot, it'd be hard to tell. The other thing you can do is look underneath for, water damage to the underbelly or where the underbelly's been cut open. That might give an indication.
We had that in our old camper.
Right.
Because we had an issue where our bathtub drain pipe came disconnected. We had that camper for what? 8 months?
Yeah, I think so.
And it completely flooded our underbelly.
Yep.
So it, that can happen in new campers and old campers.
So it doesn't necessarily have to be a deal breaker, but you may want to investigate further. And certainly a cut lining is one thing. You can repair that pretty easily. But if you've got water damage in the wood, that is something that's non-negotiable for us. We're not going to do water damage. And then I got to check out where that blowout was and see how much damage was there. If it's not water damage, it's something that maybe is a little easier to repair.
Right.
Those are some of the things we're looking for, and we're going to bring you along with us and check this camper out. This could be the one. We're ready. We got everything we need with the hitch and the truck, and we got the tires aired up this morning, and we're ready to haul a fifth wheel. So let's go see if it's the one. That looks perfect. She said that looks perfect with the extra tires. Thank you. And there's somebody in there right now looking at it. It's at this little kind of like used car lot. So one of the other things we didn't mention that we need to know is, where did it come from? Like, was it a trade-in? That'd be okay. Was it an auction? Now you got to think a little bit about why was it at the auction. Our camper went to an auction.
But our camper will also have a salvage title.
True.
So,
yeah.
The title, then you go back on the title.
Yeah, so we need to know what kind of title it has and where it came from. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so here we are. We're looking at this RV. I'll get the name of it for you in a second here. But it is a toy hauler, and it has a spot for fuel, to carry fuel. You got a spot to put fuel in here at the back, and then in here, see, you've got some stuff peeling up here. I'm not sure about that. That doesn't make me feel too good. But you got a fuel handle, a little delamination, and it's got some monster tires, high rated tires, but I'm also seeing a bunch of kind of rust and stuff under there all along here. See, all the hinges have rust. There's rust here, rust up there, rust on the handle, rust all along there, and then this is split. Let's see, I'm not a fan of rust. That's why I buy my cars in the South. But here's the damage we were talking about from a, so they got it bent back pretty decently. You see they did some caulking and maybe some painting over that. It does have some pretty stout tires and rims, but look at all that rust on that frame and on the pipes. You can see where the tires slap aside there. So it's a Victory Lane by Dutchman is what it is. Now that's kind of strange. There's water fill on the passenger side. All right, look at here. Got a little drawer right there. Cabinet access from that side, not from the outside. Good size in here. Got a little baby ceiling fan. Look how little those plates are, almost as big as my hand. That's crazy. No fan, but a vent. But again, that's what we were talking about, even in that 2018. Look how you got the yellowing of that. Now this is 15 years older than that, but
it doesn't.
Well, not 15, but okay.
Does the window open even?
Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it.
You probably could get a window that opens and put in there.
I'm thinking if I would take everything out.
Yeah.
All this, take out the carpet, take out that, take that thing off. And then put my bed here, with it lifted. And then
You got 12-volt outlet and a 110 outlet and a TV hookup here.
Well, yeah, it won't go. You'll take that down.
I was thinking it's about 6 feet, so. Well,
He said he's got somebody coming to detail it today or tomorrow.
I don't need it detailed, but check this out. It does have like a pull-down screen. That's pretty awesome. It looks in pretty good shape too, so I've not seen that before.
That's like if you got your tailgate down.
Right.
That's your screen, so the bugs won't come in. So if you need
Yes,
to go there
sir.
at night.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, it looks in good shape.
Yeah.
All right, so this has, so it does have the step up in here
Yeah.
where it makes it short for me, if you can see. So it's got the shocks there on that.
Okay.
That's the shower. That's going to be detailed and clean.
Lots of plastic to work with.
You see this no water damage on the top. You know,
Yeah.
no leaks.
And how did you come by this camper?
Well, my boss, he usually deals with a guy that gets a lot of campers, and he sells them fast because
Yeah.
we just got this one like 3 days ago. We had another one.
Okay, so the toilet room is a little tight. It's got that those chintzy little fans in it. That would have to be replaced. But my shoulders literally touch on the side here. Hey. Hi, honey. Hi, there, honey. So, that's pretty tight. Okay, so here's a couple things that we're looking at. The bathroom we showed you is pretty tight. It's that step up there, probably about 4 or 5 inches. That makes it kind of crazy to step up for me. You could get past that if you need to. And then there's another step here on this side of the bed. But it does have the windows on each side, and they look like they do open. Crouch over to get in here, so you got all this storage, but that's going to be tough to get into. A lot of the plastic is yellow and probably getting brittle, but we could replace that. We could probably actually put a square shower pan in there. This that you can replace, but it's cracked up a little bit. But it does feel pretty solid. Oh, honey.
Yeah, I saw that.
There's water damage right there. Yeah, that makes it hard to go with that water damage. Feel it soft all right there. So that's one of the things that you see. It's kind of got that little mold up there. That could have been surface, but it looks like that it actually is in the wall. So that probably makes it a no-go for us. Looks like we probably have to keep looking. The layout is good, except that short bedroom, don't you think? What are you thinking of this back bunk room, Autumn? Come share your thoughts on what you would do back here. All right, so that's a drop down. So Autumn's room actually would have like awesome ceilings. Look how tall that is. Woo, I can't even touch it.
Yeah.
In your perfect room design, what would you do back here?
I'd put a raised bed so I have storage under it.
Yeah, over on this side?
Yeah.
Okay.
Put a couch here, a desk maybe like right here.
They're getting rid of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Area.
This is big. We can find one just like this that doesn't have the water damage.
Yeah.
It's kind of frustrating to get heart set on something. But we want to make sure that it's right because it has to last a long time for us. We don't want to get into a bunch of problems, right?
Right.
It's kind of tough, huh? You agree, though? There's quite a few things that add up. All right, we'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, so there were quite a few things that added up in my mind that I think we're disappointed, but I think we agree that it'd be tough to work with. Some of them are like I showed you the rust underneath. Like everything had rust on it. The pipes had rust on it. The frame had rust on it. The hinges, everything had some rust on it. All the plastic, we know at an age like this, we talked about it earlier this week in our other tour video.
With the 2019.
With the 2019, right. You're going to be replacing plastic. So that shower pan I showed you, we can easily replace that and put a really nice one in there and make it better. That would be a great improvement. It would look better. It would feel nicer. But then you have that water damage, and then you also have the damage where they had the blowout, that they got the sheet metal right, but I'm not convinced that the woodwork and the steel work underneath is right. I'd have to dig into that deeper. And we could do that. So a lot of these things we could work around. And the rust, maybe it's not too bad, and we can, get under there and sand it down and paint it, which would be a huge project. Or just live with it the way it is. But between the bedroom and the water damage, and the water damage to me is the biggest thing. That's sort of been on our list from the beginning, that once you have that, it's like a cancer. And you could see the mold up there. If it's moldy on the outside, and Kimberly saw that. That's how I knew to look up there. She was looking in the pictures, and she saw, is that mold up there? She would take all these pictures on Facebook, and she'll zoom in, and she'll inspect little things, not just, hey, look at that nice picture of that living room.
Mm-hmm. I'm just concerned because I feel like in our price range, we're going to be dealing with things that need to be fixed.
Yes.
And at some point, we're going to have to just buckle up and be ready to fix it, not keep walking away from them.
Right. That is 100% true. They had this one listed at 11,000. We wanted to be more in the 10,000 range. And with some of the other things that were going on, if it didn't have the water damage, I was thinking maybe we could be in the 8 to 8.5 range with it once we actually saw it for ourselves. With that water damage, though, that is something that we need to walk away from, because that's something that will just, not only can it destroy the camper, but it can be unhealthy for us, and it's super disappointing. But we'll stay on the hunt, and we're ready. The truck is ready. We've got, the money ready in our price range, and we've seen them. We've seen them come up. We just gotta go after them. We might have to drive a little further. You guys have been awesome about sending us listings. I mean, from Vermont, Florida, Minnesota, Iowa.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been really awesome. You guys sending us these different links, and we're trying to get to them all. But of course, the closer we can be to it, the better. But if there's like a smoking deal that we can, like this one, we drove 2 hours, about 2 hours to come see it, and it's a no. Now, if that had been a 10-hour trip and it's a no, that's a little more frustrating too. And the boys and I are actually going to head up this weekend to Kentucky. So I think what we probably should do is start looking up that way. Since we'll be driving that way, that'll expand our search area. What do you think?
Yeah.
It's disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna be okay?
I'm just ready. We have a problem. I'm ready for the problem to be resolved.
Yeah, the waiting and the timing is the toughest part.
I really thought this one would be it.
I did too. I really did. I did. In fact, my tire pressures were just a little lower than what I'd like to haul at this morning. And I was like, shoot, because I've not been hauling, so I had them down a little bit. And I said, let me take time to pressure these up, because I totally in my mind saw hooking up to this fifth wheel and bringing it home. We got our little plastic grease plate thing. We got the hookups. Everything's solid. Everything's ready to go. Oil changed. We're ready. But it wasn't this one today. So maybe we'll find someplace we can go sit and just look a little bit more. Kimberly was already looking. See if we can find anything while we're down this way, or even a little further south. Okay, update. Disappointment has turned to hope once again.
So we found a Cedar Creek silverback on Marketplace. The only downside, it's 3 hours away. So we're down by Charleston, and we're gonna head up by Myrtle Beach.
Right. And then back over to Columbia. We're basically covering a whole third of South Carolina here. But if it's the right deal, it's worth it. Yes, that's what we do. So, all right, let's go check it out. Holy moly, you guys. Okay, so that went fast. We had to work really fast, so we did not have time to film. This was a private seller, not a dealership too, so out of respect for them and, trying to make a deal and all, we didn't film yet. But
we bought a camper.
We bought a fifth wheel. It's a Cedar Creek silverback, and it has a sort of half small bunk room in the back. It's got big beds. They're full-size beds, and it's got some storage. But the camper itself is just solid. It's in great shape.
Right. The roof looks great. The tires look great.
Yeah. Just everything just wholly different than what we saw this morning. I crawled under there. There's like no rust on the frame or anything like that. We will give you guys a full tour for sure. But quick tip on this. I know a lot of you that are traveling, especially the veterans, have the USAA bank. So when we bought our truck, we went to 10 different ATMs to try and draw out money to have enough cash to buy a truck with. Since we were, working against the clock, because it was like, close to 5 o'clock when we got in there, they're going to close at 5:30. We went and did a cash advance.
We just did the cash advance. We went in, and the bank themselves had a $5,000 limit, so they were able to get money from his card and money from my card, and we were able to get it done before the bank closed.
Either by calling USAA or going online, you can get them to bump up your debit card limit to 5,000 for, I think it's a 48-hour period or something. So we did all that. It came down to like, they're locking the door behind us. It went through. They gave us the cash. The folks that we bought it from are real nice folks. They're going to get all their stuff out, still in there. We're going to get something to eat, and then we're going to go back and
Put the camper up for the first time.
yes. It feels good to know that we are going to have a home again. It's our family has been awesome, and her sister and brother-in-law have been great, letting us stay with them, and the best, really. So we're gonna grab a bite to eat, and give them a chance to clear out the camper, and then we're gonna go hook it up, and we'll show you what it looks like briefly, and then do a full tour later on this week. Well, thank you as always for coming along with us, and for all of your support through all of this, and the great comments, and we just can't say enough. It's been very encouraging. If you're new to the channel, I think we forgot to introduce ourselves. I'm James.
I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Autumn.
And we're Camper Size Living. Hit that thumbs up button, share the videos, comment, leave the comments. We love the comments, and subscribe. And we'll catch up with you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye. So here it is, the Silverback, Cedar Creek Silverback bunkhouse. Okay, I think we're good. All right, let's back it up here. Keep timing. Does anybody know where the switch is to make the lights come on?